Welcome back in, guys. Overtime.
We're so excited to have you guys with us. We're so excited for all of our community members. Thank you for building this community that we're building of entrepreneurs. That way we can help lift each other up, support each other through the ugly come up.
Say that.
All right. So if you were with us on the YouTube side of things, live pre-recorded, yes. You know that we had a great show. We were about to get really deep into some interesting, even more interesting topics than like all the stuff that we had already talked about before. So I'm really excited to get back into things. And so we have an amazing guest with us. As I was saying before, he is a mentor to hundreds of people. He is a world of life experience. He is an entrepreneur, a CEO, a producer of a magazine. I'm super excited to bring back Chan.
Our next guest.
Lucky me, lucky me. Lucky me. I'll bet on you, lucky me. There's no rhyme or reason. You tell me that I'm dreaming. On you.
In a group chat. Oh, Janelle wants the other to know we're all in the same room.
Fix it. See, we're all here. We're all in the same room. This is when he looks up close up, because before he could only see me from far away.
All right, so guys, today's question was, can you build a business after being released? And the question that Janelle left us off with, we are going to jump right in there, right?
Yes, please.
So, Chen?
Can you build a business after release?
Well, specific to Janelle's question now about the...
What, did I already forget my own question?
It was about working with the...
Yeah. Why would you want to... Oh, and what was the thing that triggered you that was like, I no longer need to do the things that would put me back in prison. I'm just going to do the things.
All right. So it was two things. One was my great-grandmother passing away while I was incarcerated. April of 2016, God rest her soul, Eunice Crawford. She passed away while I was incarcerated, and it was nothing I could do about it. I couldn't go to the funeral. I couldn't do shit. I felt helpless. I felt powerless. So when that happened, you know, I did a prayer. Like I said, I meditate. I'm deeply spiritual. So I talked to her in prayer and everything, and I told her, you know what, I'm done.
You're not going back.
I'm not coming back. If I can find a way to get my education when I go upstate, because I am going upstate again. I will, and I'll stay on the right path. I promised that to her because I couldn't even be there when she passed away. So that's one thing that sticks with me, right? The second thing was getting my actual education. With everything I learned and everything I knew before getting a formal education, to take that and add it to getting a bachelor's degree in liberal arts while in prison, I knew the possibilities were like limitless. And I learned so many things. I learned different perspectives. I learned how to take other people's opinions into account instead of just my own. I learned about so many different things, whether it was business, whether it was writing, history-based things. And that really shifted my spirit in the right direction, because I seen how good I was at writing, at reading, at critical analysis, at debating, right? Knowing how to debate with someone that makes a claim without evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, we debated against Harvard, Yale, Princeton, from prison. Bard Prison Initiative is called. Bard comes from Bard College, which is a very prestigious school. And they have a program that were in certain prisons in upstate New York, and the jail I was in was one of them. Out of 300 men that took the entrance exam, only 16 of us made it in.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So once I seen that, I said, okay, yeah, my great grandmother's spirit is with me, because this is something I promised her. And it was only a couple months after she passed that I was allowed the opportunity, and I took full advantage of it. 6 classes a semester. I got my AA in less than 16 months. Then I got my bachelor's in less than 2 years.
Wow.
So that shifted me as well.
And I know you do work with people who are getting out now.
Yes.
Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
So here at Exodus Transitional Community, which was started by Julio Medina, we have different programs here for formerly incarcerated individuals, alternative to incarceration programs, youth programs. We also have a program called Live from Rikers, where a team of about 30 people multiple times a week go into C-74 ARDC and teach the youth about their cases, paralegal work. We give them tablets. We teach them about audio engineering, things of that nature. But me personally, what I do here is I help out with a lot of the young folks in this neighborhood and beyond learn about business and audio engineering, cinematography, podcasting, and how to put together events, how to build businesses, stuff like that. And that keeps them intrigued. It keeps them very intrigued and out of the streets.
Yeah. I just wanted to share your IG. I know we didn't get to do this on the other side.
Yeah, my IG is popping. Like, stop playing with me. I look like I've been home for years the way my IG looks.
Yo,
You really do.
You honestly do.
You really do.
In the beginning, when you started saying that I just got out and I'm looking at your thing and thinking like, how? But I think it probably speaks to, and Janelle mentioned this in the first half of the interview. I think your mindset about maybe your appreciation about freedom is probably a lot different than obviously for many of us. You know, I've never been incarcerated. It's almost like you don't know how good that you have things when it's just free.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know, it's similar, but in a completely, like, honestly, like the mirror opposite. It's like people like Steve Jobs and other people who are near death, and they're just like, why not? Like, death is like literally around the corner, and I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want to do. Dream the biggest I ever can, no fear, running through walls, because it's like, right? It's that same no fear kind of thing.
Yeah,
just like,
taking risks.
Yeah.
It's so, dude. Between this and the fact that we talked about what we mentioned on the episode this week, I talked to a guy. You guys know what DMT is? A chemical. It's a drug people take, like ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, yeah.
So
That's
DMT is something
ayahuasca.
it's a chemical that your brain releases when you're dying or close to death. That it releases, but they found a way to extract it from things, and people take it as a drug to have a certain what ayahuasca gives you that experience.
Yeah.
And essentially what it does is just that. It gives you the experience of dying, and it essentially allows for the death of the ego, is what a lot of people who do it will say, is because
I've heard that.
it's just that you have that experience. So all these things that we allow ourselves to be weighed down with, in death, it's all, there's no bills. There's there's nothing to be worried about. That girl who told you whatever, it's all gone.
Right.
So when they come out of the DMT experience, people have made, they've commented like they've run through walls. A lot of successful people said they've done things like that, and it's allowed for them now to stop worrying about what whoever thinks and all these other things, because when we die, and we're all going to, but we're waiting until death to live.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like that's when you're sitting on your deathbed. I wish I had done.
Right.
And they're like, no, get to that place now. Get to that space now, so that you can do that for the rest of your life. You can live like you're dying.
Right.
And we're conscious of that, but we're not. And the gentleman I was speaking to today just told me that 27% of people have inner dialogue, and the rest don't. And I was sitting there, I told him he has to send me the article. Please don't quote that. I mean, but the brother's deep. He and I always have great conversations. And he told me that today. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah. He goes, other people are walking around unconscious and they're very immersed in this world, and it's because they have no inner dialogue. And I could not, because I don't, it's weird that I'm like, how? And he's like, and I'm like, please send me this. And he goes, I will. So that'll be another episode. So I don't take away from Champ right now. But it speaks a little bit, you know, they've talked about guys who've been incarcerated, they come out and they have success. I don't know if that stuff is highlighted as much, but I look at how you seem to operate. You said earlier, like, I'm this way and people don't like it. And so what?
Right.
And I know that's not everyone's temperament. Yeah, I mean, we're very cared. We still care what our mom thinks. You could be, you're grown and out your house, and you're still concerned about what your mother may think about something, or your dad, or whoever. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to take anything away from, or I want to talk more about the programs that you are a part of. And you mentioned earlier becoming a mogul. I would love for you to talk about what that even looks like. Well, I don't think that's on too many people's list of things they want to do in life.
Well, the first part of your question, as far as the programs that I'm a part of, it's more so, which I mentioned.
Yeah.
It's more about teaching and helping the youth, the troubled youth or at-risk youth, or youth that are headed in the direction that I was headed in.
Okay.
Learn and understand their power.
Okay.
Right, in all of the world that they have at their feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Letting them know, like, yo, there's no barriers. Like, don't, because you went to Rikers Island for 6 months to a year, that shouldn't stop you from achieving your goals.
Okay.
You know, and I sit down with them and I ask them, what is it that you want to do? Do you know what you want to do? Do you know what you're good at?
Yeah.
What are you passionate about? You like playing video games?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're passionate about it? All right, so let's get you into something that's going to start you with coding. Right, since you like to sit in front of a computer all day.
Yeah.
Oh, you like basketball? Okay, I know a couple guys that got summer leagues, this, that, and the third. Come on, go show your ass.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's about the problem with me growing up, that what I didn't have because my family was highly religious. I didn't have someone to show me the world. All I knew was my home. So once I got a sniff of what was outside of the house, I began to rebel immediately. When I left elementary school and went to junior high school, it was over. That's when my troubled life started. Because now I'm going to school by myself. I'm hanging around people who are smoking and drinking, cutting school, those influences. But I loved music.
Okay.
I loved playing instruments. I was intrigued by acting, entertainment on television. I come home from school and watch Family Matters, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like all these shows like clockwork. And I'm like, that's what I would love to do that. Oh, I love it. But nobody in my household said, well, let's go get you into this.
Yeah.
Let's get you into acting classes. Let's get you into this. You know what I mean? And I think that's the problem most of the time, is that we don't really understand how to get our kids into what they're passionate about.
Yeah. Go to school.
Yeah. You be forcing them to live what we want them to do.
Get a good job.
That's a problem. We need to teach them how to be individuals that
tap into their
tap into their creativity. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I do with them. And
Mogul Champ.
Mogul Champ is like, I've read some of the greatest stories of some of the most successful people in the world, whether it was Genghis Khan, even though he was like a straight killer. The Bill Gates, the Phil Knights, whoever. And one thing that remains a theme with all of them is that they never stop. They don't stop. And I have this tagline I go with, that going never stops.
Okay.
Going never stops. You know what I'm saying? And these individuals, no matter who they are, again, they use the bathroom like I do. They sleep, they get up, they walk, they can think. I can do the same exact things. It's just me understanding what niche I'm in. Yeah. And I understand that at this point.
Okay.
But I want to be the guy known as somebody who persevered, who overcame, and be a shining example to the youth. I don't care about adults. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't care about adults, and because we all grown. We understand the difference between right and wrong and stuff like that. The youth is who's coming next.
Yeah.
So they need to understand these principles. They need to understand this stuff. And I want to be that shining example. I want to be the guy known as someone who who was previously incarcerated get a big record deal. Someone who got somebody to one of the biggest shows that they wanted to get to, like living out their dreams.
Nice.
That's mogul status to me when you're able to help other people get to where they gotta go.
Say that.
I recently saw a post that said, what makes a man great is when his dreams incorporate those of others.
Yeah.
Even that was one of the things. It was like you can be, if your dream is big enough to let others, dream in there as well.
Yep.
Man, that was good. Oh,
I know. I'm like, should we just drop the mic?
no, that's definitely very powerful. This has been amazing, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing us in here.
Yeah.
I want y'all to see it all.
There's a lot to see in this.
Definitely been. I mean, this is my first time ever in a studio like this, and they like are they recording down the hall? Recording.
They're doing some live performance shots down there right now.
Yeah, right. Like, guys, this is just
cool.
been an amazing experience. You know?
And I appreciate you guys allowing me a platform to speak.
No, thank you. Man.
Appreciate you for
Your
that.
story is one that needs to be shared and told. So
No, seriously, because I'm telling you, there's the time.
That's the
Again.
Good timing.
Guys, definitely make sure, and let me make sure I throw Champ's IG up there.
He's a real person.
Seriously.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Please.
Make sure that y'all tap into Math Hoffa, my expert opinion show as well. We interview some of the some great people in the industry and sports and entertainment, music, whatever you can think of. You can tap into that on YouTube under Math Hoffa, MathHoffa, like Jimmy Hoffa. And subscribe. Press the like, subscribe, and become a participator unless you're a mother and hater. All right?
Hold on, I see a post
Tap
right
in.
here.
There we go. Yep.
There it
Math
is.
Hoffa, my expert opinion
Make
show.
sure that gets up there.
That's awesome.
Guys, definitely make sure you go check that out. Champ, brother, thank you so much. Hustle real hard _82, guys.
You can reach out to him. He's a real person. He'll respond.
I will.
All right, guys. And that is it for us.
For overtime.
So,
as always,
remember,
you deserve the good life. Say that.